That's it. Ah, man. Yeah, dude, it has been so hot here. Today, 97 degrees. Good day for a cool top.
Well, I mean, it's the
Um,
heat index.
yeah,
Like it was
that.
93 here, but the heat index was 103. Now, I wasn't going to mention anything about it because I know you're in North Carolina,
Yeah.
and that's probably me being a little bit wimpy. But to counter that potential being called a wimp, I'm on an antique tractor like such,
Yeah, and it's
and
going
you're getting
click, click,
heat
click,
off
click.
the deck, and you're getting heat back from that engine. There's no AC, sweating, all the dust, and I have to admit, I love
That's why all of them are rust colored, not red.
it.
You seen mine? Mine's just got like serious butt rot from years of the Mennonites farming with that tractor. Uh, I My dad's Farmall tractor is Super A Industrial, originally a yellow tractor,
Yeah,
and I hear those are really a rare machine. I don't know because they just got so beat up and destroyed because they were used for highway mowing and municipalities and stuff like that. I
yeah. A
guess.
little heavier front end on them. I just saw one sell at auction with cultivators on it, 4,000 bucks. Now
Really,
it wasn't.
nice restored or
No, no, it was
huh?
just set up with the cultivators, and it was there, and it was an AI, and the right
Hmm.
person was at the auction, and that's what it went. Actually, I recorded. It was an online auction. I recorded the online auction of itself. Because we'll get into my channel, I guess. I don't want to jump ahead, but yeah, definitely. Probably the first one I've seen sell at auction,
Huh.
to be honest with you.
Interesting.
But
Well,
I watched your
mine's
video where
yeah.
you were playing around with that tractor and you were talking about how you had fuel flow, how the battery was juiced and stuff like that. But you weren't getting spark. Now there's
Yep.
a place called Grillman, and they're out of Mount Jackson, Virginia. I'm just gonna tell you, get that thing running. You just set it at top dead center, take all the plugs out, the number one cylinder, and it's up to the top. Take that magneto off and just put a new mag on it. You'll be so much
Yeah.
happier.
Really.
Yeah,
Hmm.
you weren't getting spark.
Yeah. I think man, it could have been uh, any and all things. I didn't know a whole heck of a lot about how the point system worked with a tractor like that, the old point style system. I've got a little
Yeah.
more knowledge. I think that was probably 5 years ago, and I picked up a
Oh, it
lot
was
more knowledge.
forever. Yeah, you
Yeah.
were going to have me come down and we are going to fire the thing up, and then COVID hit, and then just a whole bunch of it just immaterial, like a lot of
Yeah.
things, you know, generally. But yeah, you still got that tractor down there, huh?
Yeah, it's still sitting in the yard down there. I keep riding by and saying, one day we're going to drive that tractor back up. And I remember as a kid riding in it, and it looks like it's been sitting outside for 100 years, but it was actually sitting in my dad's basement. And Dad would crank it with the old hand crank, every month or so.
Mm-hmm.
He'd just get down there and fire it up and keep things moving and keep it lubed up and taken
Oh yeah.
care of. But then he just kind of lost interest in doing that. Smoked the house up real bad every time he fired it up, man. I mean, it was in the basement of the house, right under the kitchen. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I think we pulled it out of the basement when I brought it home, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think I did a video on that. I did. My dad sold me three things. He sold me the Willis Jeep, a '52 Willis. It's in the
Yep.
shop in 1,000 pieces. He sold for $1,500 the Farmall for $1,500 and the '68 Bronco for $1,500.
Yeah.
So I did okay. I did bad, and with the Bronco, I did great.
Well, wait. How'd you do bad?
I'm gonna say I did okay uh, with the Jeep. I'm gonna say I did kind of bad. I think I overpaid for the Farmall. Um, I don't know. Maybe in this day and age, No, but back then, 5, 6 years ago, $1,500. I don't for around here that'd have probably been about what it would have went for. So
For a
I made
running
that all right.
AI, I think you get $1,500 all day long.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
but that's just me. But
that's it. Running.
yeah, I bid on that
Uh,
tractor that was sold online, that AI. But I kind of thought $3,000 was enough for it, and
yeah,
somebody else thought different. So,
yeah,
and you don't know who's bidding at an auction. Like
yeah,
it could be an heirloom tractor that somebody's bidding on. If I know that ahead of time, I won't bid against them. I went to an auction one time, and there was a Farmall 200, and his grandfather bought it brand new. Well, his grandfather passed away, and the kid was there bidding, and I was like, "Is that his grandson?" The bidding stopped for me
yeah.
immediately. You know,
I wonder why families do that to each other. You know what I mean? Why not just let them
man,
buy it from, give them a fair price and let him buy it or give it to him.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know what's
Either.
behind the scenes, man.
Nope. Never do.
No,
Never do. Well, we're getting pretty close to that time, but we'll give a big announcement, guys. If you're just now joining this live stream, we just kind of jump into it. This is conversation. We'll start a little bit early every time, and then once we hit our 8 o'clock hour, we'll start introducing everybody and telling you who we got. We do have Farmall Fanatic Gino here, who's doing what I do, is get your readers out so you can read the comments.
I was looking.
Man, I could barely see. I'm like this close to having to always wear readers during the live stream.
Yeah.
I got to
Well,
figure
like
out
I
a
got
way.
the phone at a distance,
Yeah,
so I'm good. But up
give you
close,
some
I can't
credit.
see anything.
I can't either, man. Try to getting older. How old are you?
57.
Okay, 57. Wow, you don't look 57. I got 10 years. I'm
Well,
10
I
years
thought
to
you were
your.
going to say I don't act 57.
Oh, you don't act 57 either. No, you don't look 57 or act 57.
Oh
So.
man,
Must be eating that good GMO grain out there in the
yeah, the GMO boy.
good stuff. No doubt, man. I'm gonna go home and make me some GMO rice cakes here in just a minute.
Yep.
uh, we're pretty much at that hour now. I'm gonna say hello to everybody. Welcome to the Stoney Ridge Farm live stream. Today we've got our special guest, Farmall Fanatic. This is Gino from Farmall Fanatic, social media, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, everything, right? Facebook, all that
Yeah,
jazz, right?
I'll be honest, man. I've kind of laid off of TikTok a little bit.
Have you?
I just, I tried, man. I tried that 30-second quick video. I'm the opposite. Like a lot of people are like, oh, I can make a quick 30-second hit.
Yeah.
I'm more of like the full featured. Tell me I can make a 25-minute video. Boom.
Yeah,
It's
that's what
just,
I like too. To be honest with you, shoot, man, I got a 40-minute video coming out Friday. There's just so much going on all the time to take people around and show them. I mean, I think it's just fun to do that.
oh yeah.
How long have you been? Well, first of all, tell folks about your channel and kind of how all this got started for you.
Yeah, it's basically a tribute channel to Red Power.
Yeah.
Pre May 14th, 1985, that's when International closed their doors. And we won't even get into that. That's probably 3 live streams. But yeah, I mean, been YouTubing 7 years, but it's
Yeah.
pretty much a tribute channel to these tractors. I'm
Cool.
kind of a letter series guy. This is
Yeah.
a Farmall Super MTA, built 1 year, 1954. But I'm going to tell you, it's a demonstration channel, like maybe how your grandfather would have farmed back in 1954. I've
Yeah.
got a set of discs hooked to that tractor right now. In fact, that was the last video I uploaded. So you can go
Nice.
watch that video later. But it's just enjoying I'll put it to you like this: when I started YouTube, the first thing I found out was that if you're not John Deere, you're going to struggle to grow a channel. So
Yeah, that's the weirdest thing, man.
it's the weirdest
So weird.
thing.
Yeah, you put
And
a green tractor on the screen, and it just automatically gets twice the amount of views.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I noticed that right away. I was like that first year and a half. I'm like, man, all these channels, and they were all John Deere guys, every one of them. And I
Yeah.
says, okay, I'm going to buckle up. I'm in for a long, slow ride. I'm the turtle in the race, and I'm okay with it because one thing I'm not is a sellout. So I'm going to stick with the red power. I think, a tractor should be red. Crops are green. Tractors are red. It's like a watermelon. You eat the red and throw out the green. I can go
Yep.
on if you need me to.
That's funny, man. Well, I got a John Deere in there, and I got a
I
Farmall
know.
down there, so I'm kind of on the, you know, when I first bought the farm, I didn't know very much about tractors at all. I just know I wanted a four-wheel drive tractor, and I wanted it to be able to pull like a 10-foot brush cutter.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, what
I
is
didn't
that?
get
What
one big
model
enough.
is that, John Deere?
It's a 5065, which is 63 PTO horsepower, which is not enough for that.
No,
Look
not,
at all.
not.
This is too much, man.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
and we were on a budget. We were, it was sticker shock on everything, man, because I just bought the land, about 60 acres here,
yeah.
and another 90 acres. And I was like, well, we're gonna need a tractor to start cleaning this place up. And I went and talked to a guy, and I was like, hey, here's what I got, about 150 acres, and I want to use it as a chore tractor and this tractor and that. If I'd had to do it again, I would have probably bought like an old International cab tractor, got with it pull a bat wing
Oh, yeah.
and a used skid steer, and that would have solved everything, man. Like you need a little tractor and you need a big tractor. You need something that's 30 to 50 horsepower, I think, and then you need something that's 85 to 130 ish.
Well,
I
you're
think.
talking to a guy that's got 16 tractors, so I don't
What's your
relate the
biggest?
two. Very
Yeah. What's
good.
your biggest horse? What's your biggest horsepower
Right here,
tractor?
right here,
Yeah.
102,
102.
102 horse. Yeah,
Is that a three-cylinder or four-cylinder diesel?
that's a six.
Six. Okay, that's a
Yeah,
big
it's a
boy.
six diesel. It's got the German
Gotcha.
358 in it. I mean, they're fuel sippers, man. I mean, I filled that thing up last year, and
Yeah.
I run it, and it's on F. When I'm done playing for 6 hours, it's on F. The
Really?
thing that I do though, yeah, I do keep treatment in it though, because it
Oh yeah.
weirds me out that old fuel sitting in a tank, man.
Oh, I
And it may
know. I
not be
know.
anything bad, but you
Uh,
the only way you're going to get algae in a tank though is you got to have water, and there's
condensation. Just
not enough
yeah.
space in there for condensation.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
You
yeah,
keep
that's
them
the
topped
tank. That's
off.
my tank right now.
Nice. Nice. That's a big old beast. And then, do you have a cub or a
Oh, I
couple of
got
them?
three
Everybody's.
cubs.
Yeah, I was
I
about
got
to say
three
everybody's
cubs.
got a cub's got many of them.
Yeah, they all have fast. Well, two of them have a fast hit, and then one has the belly mower, the Woods, the little 42-inch belly mower. Well, it's not a mower; it's a rotary mower, which is synonymous with brush hog. And I
Yeah.
have people tell me all the time, they're like, "Oh, that little 10 horsepower tractor, it can't cut nothing; it's gutless." Well, mine ain't, and I've got the videos to prove it. And I
Yeah,
mean,
10 horsepower back then on those machines is different than 10 horsepower now, Like a Briggs
way
and
different.
Stratton 10.
Well, I
You're
would argue
swinging
that
it.
even this is different than nowadays. Because what is it? 74 over 74 horse. You got to have the depth and the regen and all
Oh,
that
yeah.
stuff going on, man.
Yeah,
No
it's
way.
too much. And don't
It
get caught
well,
deregulating them, that's for sure.
it's a horsepower thief.
Yeah.
If you buy a 150 horsepower track, if you want 150 horse, or let's just say you want this, that's 102 engine horsepower, by the way, not drawbar, not PTO. But let's say you want this in new, it's going to come in depth. So if you
Oh,
want
yeah.
a 100 horsepower tractor, you almost have to buy 130 horse to compensate for all the DEF and the stuff like that. It's like,
Yeah, yeah. They say a cab sucks 10 horsepower, and the DEF sucks. I think the emission system sucks either 8 or 12, something like that. That's how much it draws it down. But who knows, man? Because it's just constant troubles. By the way, what
well,
kind of man beverage are you having here this evening, sir?
well, I'm not sponsored, but I will tell you,
Is it a Bush Latte?
it's Bush Latte.
All right, cheers.
There you go, bud.
There we go. Great minds
Now I
think
put the
alike.
koozie around it so I don't offend anybody.
Me too. Me too. That's mine's non-alcoholic. So is yours non-alcoholic as well?
Can't say that it is.
Sure, it is. I don't know that they make non-alcoholic Bush Light. If they did, I think they would lose some street cred.
And then some.
Yeah. Holy cow.
But
Um.
but
So what got you started? Um, Tell people where you're at. Where are you located in the country, and what's it like there, and what got you started in these Farmall tractors?
there ain't enough words in a book to tell you what it's like here. We have
Yeah.
long, brutal winters. We have
Where are you
hot,
at?
brutal summers.
Tell them
We
where you
get
at.
droughts. We get blizzards. We get it all. Like right now, the sun's going down. The mosquitoes are coming out.
Yeah.
Um, it it's tough, man. It's like I've heard you refer to it as the Rust Belt,
Uh-huh. Oh yeah.
and that's because we salt the tar out of the road. And it's this winter in particular was really bad. It started snowing about December 3rd, 4th,
Yeah.
and we'll get that. And then normally we get a meltdown period, and then we'll get snow again. No. It was layers on layers on layers on layers. You got a beat down this year. And it was, if you're counting all flakes falling, we
Yeah.
started getting snow the very beginning of December. And I think flakes fell the end of April.
Huh.
So
Wow.
it ain't good.
Well, we had a nice, cool summer. We got a super chat I want to recognize real quick if I can read it. Blossom and Bale Farm says, I'd take a 1066 red cab or a 1086 any day of the week. A
Oh, yeah.
1086 is a fantastic buy
Yeah.
versus a 4430. Thank you, Blossom and Bale, for that $10 super chat.
I checked the
Had to
box,
bless me for this.
concur.
Nice.
But the 1086s, they got complaints about them because of the cab. The door opened the wrong way. And then if you're a bigger dude, you get in it and there were the levers on the left, you hit your leg or whatever.
Yeah.
I suppose if you're a clumsy guy, you probably could hit your leg on a lot of things.
Yeah.
So,
This is very true.
but
Very true. How many acres do you have there on your place?
on this place here that I'm sitting on, this is like basically an archery hunting camp, about 30. So it's
Okay.
a tight little deer move through here. And the reason it makes it good archery hunting is because it's like a big giant pinch point that they move
Yeah.
through. So over the years, I've shot some for this area. I want to qualify that. Really good
Yeah.
deer. Yeah.
Nice. For this area, there's no such thing as a really good deer hardly anymore. They're all, man, we're so overpopulated that the deer, you'll probably see one walking back here in a minute.
Oh, you will hear too.
Yeah, they're just we're overran with them so bad. People don't hunt anymore. There's no hunting pressure here. I can't have fruit trees. I've got fruit trees that I planted all down this hill, and they've just tore them all to pieces this summer. But yeah, you just can't have anything for the deer here. And I got a depredation permit to solve that problem, but I haven't gone out and solved that problem just yet. Haven't quite had the
Well,
heart
I
to
wish
do
you
it.
luck on solving that problem because a doe drops twins every spring. And if you've got 30 does, do the math. So
Yeah,
one guy
yeah,
to solve the problem. I mean, just here on this little piece here, I shoot probably 45 to 50 woodchucks a year. And
I don't even
it
know
don't
what the
even
heck
ban
of
them.
what. Dude, what the heck is a woodchuck?
Groundhog.
Oh, groundhog?
Yeah.
Do they call a groundhog a woodchuck up there?
Yeah, we call them woodchucks. You
I
don't
never
call
heard
them
them.
woodchucks?
Nobody, huh? Yeah,
You call,
nobody calls them woodchucks around here.
yeah,
But how much?
you have them though, right?
Oh yeah, we got groundhogs. My dad pulled in the driveway the other day. He said, "Hey man, you got groundhogs jumping over groundhogs down there. You got so many." He's like, "They're hopscotching across the field." Uh,
Extremely destructive. And
yeah,
years that I've planted soybeans, uh, they'll wipe an acre out in about a week.
really.
Yeah, you have to. You will not have a crop of soybeans if you do not control your wood chop.
That's interesting. They,
You know, and deer get the blame for a lot of stuff. They'll get
yeah,
blamed for um, soybean damage when it's wood chop. They'll get blamed for corn damage when it's raccoons. Raccoon will
yeah.
climb right up a stalk, knock it over, eat the corn, go to the next one.
Oh
And
yeah.
anybody that's even ever planted sweet corn, when it's ripe and ready, they'll eat it all in one night.
What a raccoon will?
Raccoon will, yeah.
Okay,
I just
gotcha.
planted a little patch like 2 years ago, and I went out there and I estimated about 400 ears of sweet corn.
Yeah.
And I thought, boy, it's going to be ready tomorrow. I'm going to pick it. Went out the next day. Them raccoons went through about 230 years of it.
They eat it all. They take it down, chew, 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 throw it down. They just waste about 3/4 of it, right?
Yep, they leave their rabies spit all over the cob and move on.
Huh.
So yeah,
That's not.
it's worth taking care of them too.
Yeah. So what do you do for groundhogs, man, or woodchucks? Do you trap them? Do you shoot them? I guess you don't have to have a permit to protect your property. But have you ever trapped them like in live traps and those have a heart traps or anything? Sorry, I'm
Yeah,
investigating a tick down here.
yeah. Did you
Have you?
know the thing about trapping is you trap more than you'll ever shoot because you'd
Yeah.
have to be there 8 hours a day,
Yeah.
nonstop, doing nothing else in life but sitting there.
Yep.
But yeah, I do shoot a
What
lot
do
of them.
you
I used
use?
17,
What do you
and
use for bait?
oh, you can use apple, corn,
Yeah.
just different
Just
stuff.
put
You know, just
put
have
it
to
in their
throw
little
it right
path or
into it.
right by their hole, and that's it.
Yeah, yep.
Hmm. Yeah.
You got to get them the
I
first
mean,
time though, because once you educate them, it's game over.
oh yeah. Once they've gone in that trap once and it
Yeah,
triggers, that's it.
no, they ain't going back in. Ain't falling for the banana in the tailpipe twice.
That's pretty funny.
But
Uh, what what got you into Farmall? Like, why was this? Did your dad have one? Did your grandpa have? What got you into the Farmall
well, my
thing?
uncle was a dairy farmer, and we had a lot of different tractors out there. He was
Yeah.
very child tolerant because I was 9, 10 years old, getting in the way. All right, as you can imagine, getting into stuff, getting in the way. And I hear a
Yeah.
lot of people all the time, "Oh, when I was 10, I was running the whole farm." No, you weren't. But anyways,
Sure.
um, but he'd milked about 60, 70 head of cows, right? Everything
Okay.
around here was dairy, and that was enough to make a living. But he had
Yeah.
tractors. I remember a Massey Ferguson 165. I think there was actually a Massey 65. And then one day, well, before that, he was looking to buy a new tractor. And back in those days, dealers would show up at your farm, drop the tractor off, let you use it a few days, see if you liked it.
Yeah.
I remember a Long there. You've heard of Long tractors?
Yeah.
Long
Yeah.
showed up.
Long.
Uh, uh, Massey Ferguson, I think, and all the Stromers. And then the International 886 showed up, and it never left. And here I am, 10 years old, completely used to open station tractors like this, Farmall M, Massey 165s. And here's
Yeah.
this spaceship. And I just sat there and I stared at that thing, and I couldn't believe my eyes. And I crawled up in it. There was all these levers and instruments and stuff. And the one thing I pretty much knew at 10 years old, I was never going to be able to operate that thing, but my uncle could. And I was,
Yeah.
man, I was just like, wow, that's what a tractor should look like. And I was pretty much hooked on red from that day forward.
Yeah.
So
That's cool, man.
later on in life, I end up buying a Farmall M. This channel wasn't really supposed to be kind of oriented strictly around Farmall tractors. I was a viewer for 7, 8 years before I started my channel. And
Yeah.
I'd watch a lot of hunting and outdoor channels and stuff like that. And I thought, most of the stuff they're doing, I can do. I'm going to make some. Well, it's saturated. You're going to start an
Yeah.
outdoor channel. I wish you
Be
luck,
careful.
Yeah, it's really sad. You got the breweries and you got Grant Woods and you got all these channels and they've got a stronghold on. So anyways, I was doing this food plot with my Farmall M, and all the comments on that video were about the tractor. They didn't care about the food plot. They're like, "Wow, here's that tractor and all this stuff." And I'm like, "That's the channel.
Yeah.
That's it." And so it took.
So
I
what?
just started to build on that. And then I went and got a Farmall 8, and then I just built on that and just kept rolling and buying implements for the tractors. And sometimes I'd buy the implement and then buy the tractor, you know. But yeah, it just I've been doing it now 7 years, and I have to admit, I don't know. Like before you started your channel, I didn't do a lot of research on YouTube. I literally thought you just posted videos and walked away. I didn't know,
Yeah.
and most people that did a little research beforehand. And this girl's like, "Are you monetized?" And I'm like, "What's that?" And she's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, you don't even know?" I'm like, "No." She's like, "Oh, you upload your videos and you run ads and you get paid for it." I'm like, "You do?" So this isn't just for fun. So it took me probably 2 years of the last 7 to really figure out what YouTube was all about. And I'm guessing you didn't have that disadvantage.
Well, um, it's. I still don't think I've got it figured out. um, it's just always something. There's always some change. There's always something. People don't realize um, what's shown to people. It's called impressions. It's how many people your video gets put in front of, and that's super important. And
Super important.
back 8 years, 6 years ago, something like that, maybe. Let's see, maybe five, maybe 6 years ago. Uh, I was being put in front of a lot of people, and YouTube was really pushing the farm thing, you were probably growing a lot then too. They were really showing a lot of how food is made and where it comes from and everything, and I was really getting a lot of impressions of people were watching the videos. So where I used to get a million impressions, where my stuff would be shown to a million people, and out of a million people, 150,000 would click it. Now it's only put in front of about 120,000 people, and it's about the same average of views. But yeah, I think it all depends on whether YouTube puts it in front of people or not. I think people are
Yeah, it's
curious
called
about
the YouTube
everything.
push.
Yeah.
Um,
Uh,
where do you think those impressions went?
Politics.
Okay.
Yeah, I think news and politics are just dominating everything social media nowadays. News, politics, and let's just face it, we're not cute 25-year-old women out here shoveling horse poop. We are
In a
not.
song.
Yeah, no, we're
And
not.
they don't, and guys, and hey, a lot of these, they don't care if they're married or not.
Yeah,
And 9 out of 10 of them are.
yeah, yeah. It's well, it's odd, man. And I look back at when I was married and my wife was here, and I would post videos with her, and I try to do one a week together, and those would always really perform well. I guess because people just either they like that family dynamic or they want to see a pretty girl, and I can't say that I blame. I mean, I would rather get bad news from a pretty girl any day than a ugly dude like myself.
Well, make no
So
mistake. I had no intentions on showing my face on YouTube. These are the actors, not
Yeah.
me. I've
Yeah.
got 16 actors for the channel right now, and it's all the tractors. But by default, you start off, it's the tractors, the tractors, the tractors, tractors. Pretty hard not to show your face when you're sitting on an open station.
Yeah.
There was a
Yeah.
channel, PA Farms, and he had a pretty good channel, man. It was very informative, slightly how to, unlike mine, and he never showed his face.
Yeah.
And the viewers just drove him nuts. Come on, show your face, this and that, the other thing, and but I want the tractors to be the actor and the
Yeah.
star, not me. I don't care about fame and stardom and all that stuff, and it's just not me. At my age,
I,
man, I want to tell you one thing: I got nothing to prove.
yeah.
Nothing. Not trying to
I
do more push-ups than somebody, outrun somebody. I don't care.
I
You
think
know.
some people do start a YouTube channel or social media so they become famous. Like that was never a thought of mine. I just wanted to teach and tell my story and be something unique out there that nobody else had. That's what I wanted to do. I just wanted to show this place going from zero to hero, and it's still not hero, but that I didn't set out to have 1 million followers on social media and be famous or whatever. I don't think I'm famous. I walk through Tractor Supply sometimes and people say hey, uh, but yeah, I think some people are trying to be famous. Like I don't think me and you are trying to be famous. We most
Nope.
certainly, yeah. I just don't think it's not my jam. So,
I have
do you
about as
ever get?
much interest in fame as I would watching a big bucket of water boil. Could care less. It's
No
about
doubt.
the
So
tractor.
are you full time YouTube social media stuff now, or are you
Now
working?
I am, yeah.
Okay,
I
nice.
and actually I was thinking, I'm like, when did I meet Stoney? Well, I met you over on Dutch's channel,
Yeah,
and I think you were at about 40K.
yeah,
Dutch
yeah,
Dutch
probably.
was right around 10. You were about 40. You were just a little bit bigger than Dutch, and you wrote his theme song.
Yeah, yeah.
And my comment on the video that he made was, I wrote that song, and you were like, "Oh, you did, huh?" I trolled you a little bit,
That's
and you
funny.
didn't fall for it. And I was like, "This guy's pretty chill, man. He don't like it. Takes a lot to bother him."
Oh, dude. I wake up every morning and go into the comment section on the videos, and people don't understand. I mean, this is hard work.
Yeah.
But that is a slap in the face, hard. Wake up in the morning, and my routine, man, I'm up, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, something like that, 5, 6, 7. Get up, go get in front of the computer, cup of coffee, comments held for review. How many people called me an idiot last night between yesterday at 9 a.m. and today at 7 a.m.? I mean, it's just, that's
Well, I
something
don't
that's
ask that
tough to,
question.
huh?
I ask how many people I'm blocking.
Yeah.
Because if you
I,
show up, I'm gonna tell you. Here's the thing. In real life, I'm gonna tell you off. And on, I don't want to call this social media, it's a video uploading platform, but if you come on and say something stupid, you're getting blocked. You'll never say anything ever again. I'm one and done. There is no
yeah.
three strikes, you're out here,
Yeah, we'll do the three
and
strikes. I sometimes think people are, I think they're middle-aged, crotchety old men, like ourselves, that just are angry at the world, man. I call them minivan men. They're the guys that are riding around in the minivan, hauling their 13 and 14 and 15-year-olds to every event, and they're just mad and in a hurry all the time. Like, those are,
let me tell you something even worse.
yeah,
Some of these guys work at like factories and stuff.
yeah.
Can you imagine working under them?
Oh gosh, I'd
Could you
imagine a
imagine
lot
even
of
like working on a farm near them as
no.
equals?
I don't. I think that people. It's kind of like road rage. People on the internet, on social media, some people just, all they do is leave snide, hateful, mean, degrading comments. I think that's all they do. I think that that's what they live for. And they live to get a reaction out of you when they do that. So I'll try to flip them. And I'll try to turn them from somebody that purely hates you to somebody that is a super fan of the channel. And I think it's possible to
I've
do
seen
that.
you do that. Okay.
It's fun.
And you do have a gift for that. I don't. My
Yeah.
gift? Block.
Boom,
Zero
out.
tolerance.
Boom, out. Go,
Look,
out. Bam.
look, man. If you're a 50-year-old man and you haven't learned that respect it requires a reciprocity, I'm not here to teach you, man.
Yeah, yeah, no doubt.
Block. Done. Just
Somebody
zero
left a
tolerance.
comment. One of my buddies left a comment in here. I want to read that real quick. Asked about whether you needed a Belmont trailer. Peterson Farms is in here too. That's awesome. Where did he go? I can't find it now. I think one of the guys from Belmont Trailers was in here just a minute ago and said, "Does he need a Belmont trailer?" They're
Hey,
pretty
man, I
close
am
to.
always in the market for a trailer. I
Yeah,
want a tilt bed, though. No
yeah,
ramp. Too old for
no
that
ramp.
now.
Yeah. The new gooseneck, the Belmont gooseneck I got, man, I'm super happy with it. I got to stand it probably maybe tomorrow. I'm going to put some wood defender, on that
Yeah,
thing and get her all bling bling. Dump trailer. What kind of truck do you drive?
I got a Dodge Ram.
Okay. 3,500, 2,500?
Nah, I wish. 50. I'm staring at it right now.
Yeah.
1,500.
What
Yep,
year?
it's as wimpy as it gets. 22.
Okay. You got a fairly new truck.
Yeah.
Nice. You been happy with that truck?
When I first got it, it's ironed out now. Okay.
Yeah.
I would go out and the battery be dead. I'm like, what's
Yeah.
going on? So I'm thinking it's something I'm doing. The phone charger, let's make sure that's completely out. I jump it, it'd run for 2 weeks. I'd go out one day, dead or stone.
Yeah.
So I call the dealership, it's under warranty. He says, I'll bring it in. And the first trip in, they were like, we'll send it. And quite frankly, after that, I didn't need it for about 2 months.
Yeah.
And then it did her again. It got to the
Huh.
point, I'll tell you what, it got to the point where I didn't trust it so much, I'd carry the Gulu with me. So so about 2 months later, it did it again. I said, this ain't right. So I got online and I started looking at the blogs. I'm like, anybody else having this problem?
Yeah.
A couple guys were. And what it boiled down to, they haven't figured it out. So took it back to the dealership and they said, we figured it out, your battery. And that was probably 6 months ago. And I ain't had a problem since. So
Huh.
other than
So
that,
just a
has it
bad
been a good
battery.
truck? Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. Interesting. Just a bad battery caused all that. That's
That's what
all
they're
these
saying
newfangled.
until one day
Yeah.
I come out and it does it again. I mean, I'm a open book
Yeah. No doubt.
possibility,
That's awesome.
you know.
What you got a chicken running around back there? Is that a Buff Orpington? Little
Is it
brown
Yeller?
chicken? Gold? Yeah. Like.
Yeah. I got two buff. I got a Brahma, uh, Copper Moran. I've got one white Jersey Giant. I've
Yeah.
got some Prairie Bluebell Eggers. I've got cream crested leg bars. There's a lightning bug.
Well,
Um,
there you got all kinds of stuff.
I got all kinds of stuff. My big kick right now with chickens is I'm trying to create the white colored bird that lays blue eggs. So,
Yeah. Okay.
little side hobby, side hustle.
Yeah. Hey man, are you married? I've never asked you about that. Are you married or divorced?
I I'm about 20 years ahead of you. And
Okay.
what was it, Wyoming Life you had on?
Yeah, yeah, Mike.
You guys were bantering back and forth, and I'm like, Yep. And then you take your turn and you like, yep, 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 yep. Dude, there's going to come a day where you barely even remember it.
Yeah.
MoveOn.org. And, and but you're in a different position than I was because when we split, I already had my kid.
Yeah.
You want a family
Yeah.
and you
Yeah.
want kids. So you got a date.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
in that dating world, man, it ain't nothing fun about it.
It
You
is
talk
not.
about
No.
sifting through the sands of the availability world
Yeah,
to
man.
get one
And
grain of sand that's I'll stop
yep.
talking because I'm gonna get myself in trouble.
No doubt. No doubt. Well, um, I've been dating a young lady for a bit, and I'm struggling with it. Man, I don't know. So you never remarried?
Never.
Nope. Nope. And
Once
you
bitten,
divorced
twice
about 20
shy,
years ago?
baby.
Yeah. Well,
You know.
they say you'll live longer that way.
Well, and I don't want to put this. The ones that will tell you that they won't try to get in your way or try to stop the way you want to be, or those are the ones that will.
Yeah.
Okay. It's like somebody saying, "Oh, I'm a really good person." You're probably not. You got to tell me you are. You got to tell me you're not going to get in my way, or like who's going to let you? It's going to take somebody really special to just let you do what you need to do.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I
You're a
agree.
YouTuber, man. You got to be able to shoot from the hip. You got to be able to
Oh.
pack up and go to that farm show for 3-4 days without question. You got to be able to. Right now, Red Power Roundup going on in Missouri. I've got to be able to get
Oh
up
my.
and just hop in the truck and go. Call dad, say, hey, let the chickens in and out. Can you do that? Feed the cat. Yep, gotcha. And roll. Not
Yeah.
somebody calling me and just badgering and badgering and badgering. I can't do it, man. You know.
Yeah, no doubt.
But you're in a different
You
position.
do have to. You have to be able in this business. We're in the agritainment business.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I would say that maybe I'm more so agriculture and entertainment, and you are agriculture and entertainment probably 50-50. I would say that since I've got the cows and our cows, every waking moment of every day, the cows are an issue, an issue, an issue, an issue. Just before we went on live stream, I just moved the cows. It's 97 degrees today, man. Black cows do not do well in 97-degree temperatures. They just don't.
No.
So I've got them heat stressed. I got a solar well. The sun is down too far for the solar well to pump. So whatever's in their water tank at when the sun comes off of them solar panels, that's it. That's all they have for the night. It'll start pumping again about 8 o'clock in the morning. Um, and man, cows are just like sheep or goats or anything like that. They're just trying to find a way to get in trouble all the time. So I can't leave. And
No.
you have this undying dedication to this animal that you have to take care of and the methods that I'm trying to teach on the farm. I don't want to abandon my methods so that I can hop up and go. But I'll tell you, man, it'd be a whole lot easier with 15 animals, and I could just open up one big pasture and leave them in there for 2 weeks, and then 2 weeks or 2 weeks, you know. So it's a struggle, big struggle for me. It's and I know, creating engaging content is it's the hardest thing I've ever had to do. Uh, I don't know if it's hard for you like that, but thinking of new things that are fun and enjoyable, um, it's much harder than farming ever thought about being.
I'm a one-trick pony.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah, yeah,
having said that, the channel's about threefold. Okay, so you got the tractors in action,
yeah,
you got the auctions. Why the auctions? Because those are the dealerships. You're not going to buy these brand new anymore. Breaking news. So you
yeah,
got
yeah,
they're in action. You got to go to the auctions because that's the dealership. and like polls shows, stuff like that. Like I'm going to Century of Progress out in Rantoul, Illinois, where all this stuff's in action, man. They're combining, they're disking, they're plowing, they're pulling, some tractors are just stationary being shown. Every 2 years, you haven't been to it, I would recommend it. But so it's really tough when you're a one trick pony. And not all these tractors are equal to my viewers. Now I'm a red power guy. I love them all. I love the Cub. I love the 1586. Clear up through the 15 series. Not everybody's like them. In fact, I'm finding the antithesis to be true. You have guys that are Cub guys, and I mean that's all they like. There's clubs that are just Cubs.
Yeah.
And but in order for my Cub videos to do well, I gotta have the Cub guys here. And and I'm looking around at the tractors now, and it's like I pretty much have a respectable idea of how the video is going to do based on the tractor I'm using that day. Now, having said that, and I hate to use the term, like a Wednesday filler video, you're like, this is under 20 minutes, probably won't do too good, All of a sudden it gets 100,000 views. It's like,
yeah.
And then another video you take 2 and 3 days to make and edit, and you really work hard on, and it gets 12,000 views.
Oh yeah, dude. You just never know, man. You just never know.
You can't make sense of it. So from that perspective on YouTube, I don't think you'll ever figure it out.
Yeah.
I play the odds. I know when I'm running this machine or this one or the 400 with a 4-bottom plow behind it, I got the potential. But the other tractor, like plowing with the Super C,
yeah,
I get those guys that watch those videos. They're guys like, oh, my dad bought one brand new. That's all I used to run on his farm. I miss it. But how many of those guys are there?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to think about this. I mean, I've been doing this 7 years. I just hit 65,000 subscribers today.
Oh, nice.
That's what you call results of a one-trick pony, and not John Deere.
Grind. Yeah. How many videos you put out a week? You put a couple videos out a week? 3, 2?
I try to put 3, and then once they're uploaded and they run 24 hours, I try to take a highlight out of that video and bang it with a short with the link, the full featured link to that video, and get a second push. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. It's like everything else on YouTube. Nice. I really don't go live anymore. What I found out about the live streams is that they don't get the views, and typically, and they don't push them.
These have been pretty good. Bringing guys in like you, kind of telling your story. They've done pretty good. 10, 11, 12, 14,000. That's pretty good for a live stream, I think. It's
well, it helps your channel size too.
Yeah.
You're yeah.
I think bringing 2 people together and actually hearing like your story. So your land there, you said you're on about 30 acres. Is that where your house is?
Yeah.
Okay. How'd you end up with that? Did you buy it? Was it family land? Was it where did you set out? Did you move out of town?
This particular land and clear up the road and across the river was in the family pre-Civil War.
Okay.
The O'Malley came off the boat from Ireland, probably in the late 1840s.
Yeah.
And we have no record of it, but my guess is this was a government grant.
Yeah.
Like if you move here, we'll give you the land type of deal.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Yeah, land grant.
That Homestead Act or whatever.
Yeah, years and years and years ago. Like again, pre Abe Lincoln.
Yeah. Huh. Cool. So
So it's never
did
been
you
out of
buy
the
it from
family.
the family, or you inherit it from the family, or
Yeah.
nice, nice? You got other family members all beside you?
Yeah, but they're not interested in this stuff.
Yeah, cool. So
This
do
is
you
labor.
kind of manage? You kind of manage all the rest of the land uh, that's your family's place too?
Yeah, I'm the steward. I guess you'd
Gotcha,
call it the land steward. You know,
gotcha.
the funnel from 1850. You know, weeding right down the family tree, and whoop, I plop out the bottom of the funnel. Here I am,
There you
reporting
go,
for
no
duty.
doubt. Well, cool, man. What? Tell me what's next. What's coming on your channel? You got anything fun? You got some revolutionary things coming? You got what's next?
I've I probably shouldn't make this announcement, but I've thought about having my own auction
Oh
just
yeah,
to really shock and jolt everyone into place. Yeah,
yeah.
man, just take everything and like sell all the equipment, sell all the implements, sell all the weights, all the tools, everything, and then start a journey, a start over journey, and take the viewers with me. I think it'd be
Oh,
neat
that'd be pretty fun. I thought about selling my whole farm and buying a $500,000 airplane and just go fly around the world, and visit other farms.
and have somebody refuel you while you're flying. Never
Yeah,
land.
yeah. Just never land again. Just.
But I don't know, that crosses my mind periodically, and then I could have like just start like a series of on the road searching to build the fleet back up. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
I'd probably just start big, like with a 1466, and then work my way back down. But I haven't had the courage
Well,
to do it yet. I don't know, maybe one
yeah.
day.
Those are your babies, man. I don't know if
Yeah, well,
you can
this
get rid
one
of your
here,
babies.
I bought this at an auction and brought it home and went through it, all the electrical work, everything that it needed, it got, and you're never going to find another one that somebody's willing to sell of its equivalent,
Yeah, there
And
you
so,
go.
I don't know, I've thought about that. Probably the next big event coming up would be Half Century of Progress. A lot of people just
You
say
ought to.
Rand School. I'll tell you what, man, it was Chanute Air Force Base. That's where it's at. That's where it's
Yeah.
held. Half Century of
Huh.
Progress, Chanute Air Force. You go out there, you
All
get
right.
your golf cart, you buzz around on your golf cart. You could never walk the place to see
Yeah.
all the events. But I
Huh.
look forward to that. That's going to be my next big event. Throughout the summer, I'll be hitting auctions, red power, some a magenta of colors, and just keep doing what I'm doing, man. Get my
Awesome,
silver
dude.
play button, probably the turn of the year.
Yep.
What's
Well,
what's left, man? You know?
let's hope.
Yeah.
Everybody that's watching, go check out Farmall Fanatic. He's on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all of the above. But go over there and follow him on Facebook if you're watching on Facebook, and if you're following on YouTube, go over there and check him out. Follow his channel. Awesome to hear about your journey, man. Gosh, can you take us? Can you pick your phone up and take us around them two tractors behind us before we go?
Yeah. I'm gonna have to put my
All right,
glasses on. All
there
right.
you go.
Yeah.
All right.
So we got this
So what
one
we
here.
got
This is
here?
a 1970 826. They made about 9,600 of them. When I
Okay.
got it, I changed the oil, needed a muffler, needed a seat, had good skin on it. I put the rear hubs on it. Let's
Yeah.
see, I put the front weight, um, battery covers. I bought this at auction. This is a chisel plow. This is an International 50 chisel plow designed for the
Nice.
International 560 or 660. Um, and this is the year 1970 that they actually made the gold demonstrators. And I'm 95% sure that this is not a gold demonstrator, but I haven't peeled it down yet to know. And that's going to happen. This is a 1954 Farmall Super MTA. I've gone through this
Okay.
tractor. New muff, new manifold, power steering belt, exhaust, I'm
Carp?
brain farting. No,
What is
manifold.
that? Okay.
New
Yeah.
skins on there. I put the new skins, and I have this hooked to well, a lot of people like to call it a 12-foot disc.
Yeah, I'm calling it a bog.
New lights, new toolbox, new hydraulics. Put these on here, the Pioneers. So
Okay, nice.
they're breakaway. You just pull them in case this gives, those will
Yeah.
give.
Oh, that's cool.
When I got it, this whole ignition box was trash. Tore it
How
apart,
does that
rebuild
seat?
it.
What that seat has 2 springs and a shock? What you got
Yeah,
there?
that's because I'm a load. So there's
Okay.
3 different springs that come on a Farmall tractor. There's like the 140 pound, 180 pound, and I think 220. And I think what
Okay.
this is just an extra supportive spring, and I think this is the 180 pound. It works pretty good.
Gotcha.
I like to be kind of stiffer than not,
Yeah.
but it works real good for me. And
Cool.
there's just not a thing wrong with this. There's just not.
Nice. You
And you're
know
going
how
to put
many
a
hours
lot of
they
miles
have
on the
on them?
car to find one. Oh, check this out, Josh.
Yeah.
John Deere right there eating all the dirt.
That's pretty funny.
We got to give them their dibs. But that's it,
No
man.
doubt, man. That's cool. Cool rigs, man. Well, dude, I appreciate you coming on with me tonight. It's neat to hear your story, and I hope folks that are watching here will go over and subscribe to Farmall Fanatic, and vice versa. If your folks are watching over here, come on down to the Stoney Ridge, and dude, next time you're in this area or next time I'm up your way, definitely got to hook up.
Yeah,
Go
you're
get
going to
some
have to get
steak.
on one of these antiques and wow.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. I haven't
Kill some
plowed.
earthworms.
Kill some earthworms, slice them. Whenever you slice one
Oh,
in half,
man.
it just
I'll
makes
be like,
2. That's
Stoney Ridge is killing earthworms. Oh.
You know, I plowed this whole place back in the day. Every bit of the grass that was behind here, it was all bare land at one time. But when I first bought the land, I plowed and disked the land. Really, I should have just took a huge bog over it and drug it. I plowed and then I disked and then I drug it with a phone pole with some chains
Level
to
it.
try and smooth it out. Yep, and it kind of worked. I was
It
learning.
depends on your stone situation. You know, Stoney
Yeah.
Ridge may be a misnomer, but if it's not,
It's not.
you
It's
know.
not. You see that? Well, you can't hardly see it now. There's a rock. Right there.
Uh,
Yeah, you won't miss that big boy. Right there.
yeah, that's a dinosaur egg.
Yeah, man. So, well, cool, brother. Well, thanks so much for joining me tonight, man. I know you probably got to
Appreciate you
close up
having
some
me.
chickens. Yeah, it's great. It's great. It's good to hear the story of Farmall Fanatic. And guys, go check out his channel, and we will catch you on the next live stream or on the video Friday. And go over to Farmall Fanatics and watch his latest video. What's your latest video?
Disking with the
Okay,
Super
gotcha.
MPA.
Yeah, 1954.
4. Yep. The only year they made them.
Nice. So 54. How many years is that? 70? 71?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Be old, man. Built right.
Nice, brother. Well, take care. It's good having you, man. Everybody else, thank you so much. Hit that like button on your way out the door, and be sure you click the share button. Check out the latest and greatest videos. We'll see you next time on the Stoney Ridge.
Appreciate it. Thank
Thanks.
you.
Thanks, Gino. Woo!
Thank you, man.
Yeah, man. Take care.